guys, Kothar here, and yes, I'm in the car because the Pie-thon has continued. We keep going on with pies, although now we're switching from sweet to savory, and we're going to be making mini pies, and we're making with kids. So, I, Miss Kothar, teaches a cooking class to kids ages 5 to 9 twice a week. They are overloaded classes and so much energy in it, and it's so much fun, mashallah. But I prepared everything ahead of time, trying to make it a little simpler, but we were still cutting it short on time. So if you do plan on making pies with kids, I do recommend the mini pie method, and have a little bit more time. Give yourself 2 hours, an hour and a half to 2 hours, just because of the fun they have. But also, one little extra note before we continue. One note is that you need to make sure they're not overworking the dough and playing with a Play-Doh, like Play-Doh, because it's not Play-Doh, it's pie crust. And in order for it to be a nice flaky crust, it's not a dough, it's a crust. So a lot of the kids, some of them were messing with it, and it started to stretch, and it was looking like pizza dough. When it starts to get like that, you need to put it in the refrigerator immediately to get it to firm back up. So making sure you're following all the directions. And as I tell my students, and if any of you are watching, please follow directions, okay? We saw what happens if we didn't. And go do the right kind of steps, take your time, but also just have a lot of fun with it. So I'm gonna show you how I prepped for it, and then how easy it was to assemble it with the kids when I had everything prepared ahead of time. Let's go.
Okay, I'm pre-cooking stuff for the kids. We're making mini pot pies. So I've got some ground chicken, and I'm just gonna cook it. I'm gonna cook it in butter, because once I'm done cooking the chicken, I don't care if there's oil and grease in the chicken. That's fine. We're gonna keep it, because after that, I'm gonna make a cream of chicken soup. So I have some chicken stock with the fats that I made, I don't know, maybe like a month ago, less than a month ago. I just need to use up some stuff. I have buttermilk I gotta use up. I have Heppy whipping cream, and I literally just have some evaporated milk. Like, I don't care. I'm gonna use it up. I've got butter, more butter that you're gonna add, and flour, and a little bit of salt and pepper. That's pretty much all I'm gonna need for making it. So once I get this butter melted, I'm gonna basically brown the meat. Not cook it 100%, but cook it enough that it's safe for the kids. And it's gonna go in their little mini pot pies. I've already pre-cut their pie. The pie crust, I just used you could use a biscuit cutter, or like the top part of like a cup or something to cut them out, and I put them between layers of parchment paper. So I'll show you what that looks like and when they form them, and we're gonna do them in mini muffin cups. Okay, so I've almost got this where I want it. I just use a salt shaker and just add a little bit of salt. I decided not to do pepper because it's little kids and some are sensitive. So there's still some pink in there. I want to get rid of all that pink. You don't want to overcook it, but I just want to get rid of that pink the best that I can. I'm going to put it in a container for me to take. Okay, all that meat's done, and I'm going to use whatever juices are in here. I'm just going to keep them and throw in whatever's left of that stick of butter. So it's okay if there's little pieces of chicken in here, it's fine. We don't want to waste anything. The Holy Quran says, eat, drink, and do not be wasteful. So we're going to use every little bit. The butter is melted. I'm going to start adding flour. And I mean, really, like if they tell you 3 tablespoons, that's round about a quarter cup. I'm going to add a little more than that. I don't know how much this is. 4 or 5 tablespoons. And this only takes about a minute or so to cook. I'm gonna mix it with the butter, and it kind of comes sort of pasty. That's fine. That's what you want. You want to cook the flour a little bit because it is raw. You want to cook it so it's healthy and sanitary, but also helps bring out those starches that you want, and that is what's going to thicken the soups and sauces that you make with it. This is the evaporated milk I want to use up. This is the buttermilk that I want to use up. It's a little bit thick and chunky. That's probably going to change the flavor a little bit, but I ain't worried about it. Our chicken stock, and I'm going to add the heavy cream too. That's going to make it real nice and creamy. So there's a little bit of fats and stuff in this jar. I'm going to add those too. I'm going to scrape them out with a knife when I have both hands. Actually, I hate taking them off. And I'm just going to cook this just a little minute. I don't really feel like I need to add any salt to it, because when I made the chicken broth, I think I'd cooked the chicken with salt, and This is just some butter in it, and we can add more salt later, you know, take it slowly. So, okay, so I might have been heavy-handed on the heavy whipping cream, what I had left, but I got some vegetable broth. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of that in there, basically to dilute it. If you don't put the milk in it, or you just do a little bit of milk, I think it's a little bit of milk, and that's basically gravy. Okay, I got my jars of cream of chicken. I did not have one large container, but that's okay. These small ones will make it a lot easier to cool down faster, first of all. And then I can have more than one out for the kids, so because they'll all want to be using it at the same time. This will make it a lot easier, so they'll be able to scoop out of them at the same time and get it done much faster, inshallah.
Did you want it flat? Do you want to do the lattice? All the way through, so it's a bunch of pieces.
That's a bad one. On eight, there's. That's not how you do it. If you want to get the holes out, guess what? I need who made whales and quails and sails. Oh, look, who made that? Like that? Sorry, Nico. What size is the actual That one's yours. Yeah, that one.
Do you remember which one?
I think this one, right?
Mm-hmm.